Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. In this series, we are looking at Leetcode problems, and today we'll be looking at Leetcode 125, Valid Palindrome. This is an easier two-pointer problem. The problem states a phrase is a palindrome if, after converting all uppercase letters into lowercase letters and removing all non-alphanumeric characters, it reads the same forward and backward. Alphanumeric characters include letters and numbers. Given a string S, return true if it is a palindrome or false otherwise. So what they want us to do is, given a string or phrase here, we will be checking if all of the letters or digits match going forward as they do going backwards. So using a two-pointer approach, we can set one pointer on the left, one pointer on the right, and we will just work our way inwards towards each other, ensuring that both of those characters are equal to each other. And we will want to skip any non-alphanumeric characters, so like spaces or these commas, the colon, all of those we can skip. And we will also want to ensure that when given uppercase characters, we'll want to make that a lowercase. So we can go ahead and get straight into it. And we will want those two pointers, and what we can do in our for loop is we will set those both here. And we'll say int I is equal to 0 and j is going to be at the end, which is our length, and then subtract by 1. And over a bit, because this is going to get kind of long. We want to make sure that our left pointer is always less than our right pointer. And then we want to increase our left pointer and decrease our right pointer. So the first thing we want to do once we move an index or once we land on a character, we want to check that it's not an alphanumeric character. If it is a space, if it's a comma, we're going to want to increase or decrease our pointer depending on what we're checking. So we'll start with our left pointer first. Since we are adjusting the pointer, we want to make sure we're leaving this condition here because we don't want to pass our pointers across each other. So while they're in their correct positions, in Java, we can use our character class, and we want to know, is this a letter or digit? We'll pass the character for I. And if this is not a valid character, then go ahead and increase our pointer. And we will do the same for our J pointer. We'll decrease our J pointer if that is a not valid character. And then once we know that we are finally at two valid characters, we want to make sure that they are equal to each other, or in this instance, we're going to see if they're not equal to each other, then we want to just break out of our loop and return false. So if the item at character I, and we also want to make sure that we are making them lowercase. So convert those to lowercase. Can return false. I'm going to put these on different lines so that they're easier to read. So once we've gone through our entire for loop and We've checked all of our characters. That must mean that the palindrome, or this string, is a palindrome, so we can just return true. Run that. And there you have it. Our test cases do pass. This is a O of n time complexity since we are iterating through our array only once, and since we are meeting our pointers halfway on each side, only every value only gets checked once. And then we did not use any additional data structure to solve this, so we keep our time or our space complexity at only the input array. And that is going to be it for this. Thank you so much, and I will see you in the next video.